What if I told you that the most powerful influencer in human history died over 2,000 years ago? What if the woman who seduced Julius Caesar and Mark Antony with nothing but her wit and charisma was alive today, armed with Instagram, TikTok, and a smartphone? Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to explore the most insane what-if scenario in social media history. We're talking about Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of Egypt, master manipulator, polyglot genius, and quite possibly the greatest personal brand builder who ever lived. But here's the kicker. Everything Cleopatra did 2,000 years ago to build her empire, it's exactly what today's biggest influencers are doing right now, except she did it without Wi-Fi. If you're ready to discover how an ancient queen would absolutely dominate the digital world and probably become the first trillionaire influencer in history, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell, because this video is about to change how you think about influence, power, and viral content forever.
Before we dive into Cleopatra's 2025 social media empire, we need to understand what made her the original influencer. Most people think Cleopatra was just beautiful. Wrong. That's Hollywood nonsense. Cleopatra spoke 9 languages fluently. She was a master negotiator, a brilliant economist, and she understood something that modern influencers are just figuring out. Authenticity sells better than perfection. Here's what's absolutely mind-blowing. Cleopatra built her personal brand using the exact same strategies that make influencers millions today. Storytelling mastery. She didn't just rule Egypt. She told epic stories about being the reincarnation of the goddess Isis. Visual spectacle. Her entrance to meet Mark Antony on a golden barge, that's the ancient equivalent of a viral TikTok. Strategic collaborations. Julius Caesar and Mark Antony weren't just lovers, they were her biggest brand partnerships. Content localization. She spoke to Romans in Latin, Greeks in Greek, Egyptians in Egyptian, the ultimate multilingual content creator. But here's Cleopatra's secret weapon that modern influencers wish they had. She understood that true influence isn't about followers. It's about making powerful people need you more than you need them. She made herself indispensable to the most powerful men in the world. That's not just influence, that's empire-level personal branding. Now imagine Cleopatra in 2025 with a smartphone and unlimited data. She wouldn't just be an influencer, she'd be the CEO of social media itself. Instagram, the visual empire. Cleopatra's Instagram would be insane. We're talking 500 million followers minimum. Her content strategy? Morning routine videos in the pyramid penthouse. Get ready with me using ancient Egyptian beauty secrets. Behind the scenes of running multiple businesses. Historical fashion meets modern luxury. Educational content about leadership, languages, and diplomacy. But here's the genius part. She wouldn't just post pretty pictures. Every post would teach something valuable while showcasing her lifestyle. She'd make learning sexy. TikTok, viral storytelling. Cleopatra on TikTok would break the internet daily. 15-second history lessons that go viral. Language learning hacks. Remember, she spoke 9 languages. Ancient beauty tutorials using ingredients you can actually buy. Political commentary that somehow makes world politics entertaining. Duets with world leaders. Imagine her roasting politicians in multiple languages. YouTube, the educational empire. Her YouTube channel would be the perfect blend of education and entertainment. Ancient wisdom from modern problem series. Language masterclasses. Leadership tutorials. Historical mystery investigations. Collaborations with historians, politicians, and other influencers. Twitter, X, political powerhouse. Cleopatra's Twitter would be diplomatic chaos in the best way. Real-time political commentary in multiple languages. historical parallels to current events, diplomatic negotiations happening in public. Imagine peace treaties negotiated via tweet. Cleopatra wouldn't just be posting content. She'd be building the most valuable personal brand in human history. Here's how. Beauty and wellness empire. Cleopatra Cosmetics, ancient Egyptian beauty secrets meets modern science. Skincare line featuring ingredients like milk, honey, and gold. She actually used these. Wellness brand combining ancient practices with modern health science. Estimated value, $50 billion. Think Fenty Beauty times 10. Education and language learning. Learn like Cleopatra. Language learning app. Historical masterclasses on leadership and diplomacy. Online university teaching ancient wisdom for modern success. Estimated value, $20 billion. Think masterclass meets Duolingo. Luxury lifestyle brand. Fashion line blending ancient Egyptian style with modern luxury. Jewelry collection featuring authentic ancient designs. Home decor bringing pharaoh-level luxury to regular people. Travel experiences, exclusive tours of historical sites. Estimated value, $30 billion. But here's where it gets really crazy. Cleopatra's media deals would be unprecedented. Netflix documentary series, Building an Empire, $500 million deal. Historical consulting for every ancient Egypt movie ever made. Podcast empire, interviewing world leaders about power and influence. Book deals worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Total estimated net worth, $150 billion plus, making her potentially the richest influencer in human history.
Here's where Cleopatra would absolutely revolutionize influencer marketing. She wouldn't just do brand deals, she'd create entirely new ways to monetize influence. Diplomatic influencer partnerships. Imagine Cleopatra brokering international trade deals through Instagram live sessions. Peace treaty announcement, exclusive first look at diplomatic breakthroughs. Trade deal reveal, making international commerce entertaining. World leaders speed dating, helping nations find common ground. Educational brand integration. Language learning apps paying millions for her endorsement because she actually speaks 9 languages. History documentaries, featuring her as the ultimate historical consultant. Leadership courses, endorsed by someone who actually ruled an empire. But here's Cleopatra's unfair advantage in 2025. Authentic credibility. While other influencers fake expertise, she'd have 2,000 plus years of proven results. When Cleopatra says, here's how to negotiate with powerful people, she's not guessing. She literally negotiated with the rulers of Rome. When she gives beauty advice, she's sharing secrets that kept her legendary for millennia. Revolutionary sponsored content. Historical recreation videos sponsored by museums and educational institutions. Ancient recipe collaborations with food brands. Architecture and design partnerships with luxury home companies. Financial advice sponsored by banks. She managed Egypt's economy during crisis. The Cleopatra effect. She'd create what I call the Cleopatra effect, where brands don't just want her to promote products, they want to create entirely new product categories based on ancient wisdom.
Here's where things get absolutely mind-blowing. Cleopatra wouldn't just influence fashion and beauty trends, she'd revolutionize international relations through social media. The first digital diplomat. Imagine world conflicts being resolved not in boring UN meetings, but through viral TikTok collaborations. Middle East Peace Summit live streamed on Instagram with real-time negotiations. Climate change solutions presented through engaging educational content. Economic crisis response explained in simple terms that actually help people. Multilingual global communication. Cleopatra's ability to speak 9 languages would make her the ultimate global communicator. Real-time translation between world leaders during live streams. Cultural bridge building through content that explains different perspectives. Breaking down language barriers in international business and politics. the UN of social media. She'd essentially become the unofficial Secretary General of social media, where real diplomatic progress happens through platforms instead of formal institutions. Crisis management through influence. When international crises hit, world leaders would turn to Cleopatra's platforms because massive global reach, 500 million plus followers across platforms, trusted voice with proven historical credibility, multilingual communication reaching diverse audiences, and entertainment value, making important issues accessible. The Cleopatra peace process. She developed a completely new model for international relations. Social media summit announcements that generate global interest, behind-the-scenes content humanizing world leaders, educational context helping people understand complex issues, real-time negotiation with global audience input, celebration content when agreements are reached, global impact metrics. The result? A world where international conflicts are resolved faster because of public engagement. Global cooperation increases through shared cultural content. Education about world affairs becomes entertaining and accessible, and young people become more engaged in international issues.
But Cleopatra's biggest 2025 impact wouldn't be her wealth or followers. It would be how she completely revolutionizes how we learn about history and culture. Making history cool again. Current history education is boring. Dates, names, wars, nobody cares. But Cleopatra would make history the most popular subject on Earth. History, but make it drama, presenting historical events like Netflix series. Ancient problems, modern solutions, showing how historical lessons solve today's issues. Ancient figures speed dating, imagining conversations between different time periods. The language learning revolution. Her polyglot abilities would completely change language education. Learn 9 languages like Cleopatra courses. Ancient languages made accessible. Latin, Ancient Greek, and hieroglyphics. Cultural immersion through historical context. Language as power. Teaching how multilingual skills create opportunities. Making history cool again. Current history education is boring. Dates, names, wars. Nobody cares. But Cleopatra would make history the most popular subject on Earth, creating a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern life, cultivating a global outlook on culture and cooperation, developing leadership skills through her proven methods, valuing education because she makes learning entertaining, building a personal brand by following the ultimate brand builder, and embracing multilingualism as a superpower. The ultimate legacy. Cleopatra's 2025 social media empire wouldn't just be about fame and money. It would be about proving that intelligence is attractive, education can be entertaining, history is relevant, cultural understanding creates peace, and one person can change the world. As we imagine Cleopatra conquering social media in 2025, we realize something incredible. She was already doing everything that makes modern influencers successful, just without the technology. She understood that true influence comes from authentic expertise that can't be faked, storytelling mastery that captivates audiences, strategic partnerships that benefit everyone, educational value that genuinely helps people, and cultural bridge building that brings people together. So here's my challenge to you. What would your social media empire look like if you approached it like Cleopatra? What authentic expertise do you have? What valuable knowledge could you share? How could you build bridges instead of walls? The most powerful woman in ancient history didn't need followers or likes to change the world, but imagine what she could do with them. What could you do with that same strategic mindset? If this video blew your mind, smash that subscribe button and let me know in the comments, which historical figure do you think would dominate social media the most? Remember, The future belongs to those who can combine ancient wisdom with modern tools. Be like Cleopatra. Build something that lasts for millennia.